Welcome back to our channel. We have recently received news about the passing of 18 beloved and influential American figures who left us in 2025, along with other remarkable individuals worldwide. These extraordinary talents shaped our cultural landscape through their contributions to entertainment, sports, music, and television. From the courtrooms that captured our hearts to the wrestling rings that defined generations, from the kitchens that inspired millions to the stages that revolutionized music. We have lost icons whose influence reached far beyond their respective fields. As we prepare to celebrate these remarkable lives, we would truly appreciate your support in honoring their memory. By liking this video and sharing it with others who were touched by these legendary figures, you help ensure their contributions are not forgotten. Just days ago, the entertainment world lost Jerry Adler, beloved character actor and Broadway veteran, who died at age 96 on August 23rd. The Brooklyn-born performer, who didn't begin his acting career until he was 62, became a household name through his portrayal of Herman Hesh Rabkin on HBO's groundbreaking series The Sopranos. This comes as a painful shock to fans who had followed his remarkable late-blooming career that proved talent knows no age limits. Adler's journey from behind the scenes to center stage represents one of Hollywood's most inspiring second acts. Born in 1929 into a theatrical family, Adler spent decades as a stage manager on Broadway's biggest productions, including the original My Fair Lady, with Julie Andrews and Rex Harrison. His transition to acting came unexpectedly when a casting director friend suggested he audition for a film role. That decision launched a 30-year acting career that saw him appear in Manhattan murder mystery, The Good Wife, and dozens of other productions. His role as Tony Soprano's trusted advisor, Hesh showcased his ability to bring depth and authenticity to complex characters. Behind the spotlight, Adler battled the challenges of starting over in his 60s, proving that determination could overcome any obstacle. Just months before his passing, he published his memoir, sharing backstage tales from 7 decades in show business. His final appearance came in a recurring role on The Good Fight, where he continued working until shortly before his death. What role of Jerry Adler's left the deepest impression on you? Was it his wise counsel as Hesh, his comedic timing on Mad About You, or perhaps his touching portrayal of fathers and grandfathers across numerous shows? Share your favorite Jerry Adler memory in the comments below. Let's keep his legacy alive together by celebrating the man who showed us it's never too late to pursue your dreams. The world also lost Judge Frank Caprio, the compassionate Rhode Island jurist whose humanity transformed courtroom television, who died at age 88 on August 20th following a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. Known worldwide as the nicest judge in the world, Caprio's death has left millions mourning the loss of a man who proved that justice and kindness could coexist. His viral courtroom moments on Caught in Providence touched hearts across the globe, showing that beneath the black robe beat the heart of a man who truly understood human struggle. Born to Italian immigrant parents in Providence's Federal Hill neighborhood in 1936, Caprio's rise from poverty to the bench embodied the American dream. After serving on the Providence City Council and running for state office, he was appointed to the municipal court in 1985, where he would serve for 38 years. His Emmy-nominated show, Caught in Providence, began as a local access program before reaching national syndication. Behind his compassionate rulings lay his own struggles, including his father's early influence about helping the less fortunate and his recent battle with pancreatic cancer that he faced with characteristic grace. His final public message, posted from his hospital bed, asked people to remember him in their prayers. The magnetic actress who redefined the blonde bombshell stereotype, Loni Anderson, passed away on August 3rd at the age of 79, following a prolonged illness, as confirmed by her longtime publicist. The Minnesota native who first captured America's attention as the intelligent and sophisticated Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati transformed what could have been a one-dimensional character into a feminist icon. Her death just 2 days before her 80th birthday marks the end of an era for television comedy. Born with jet black hair in St. Paul in 1945, Anderson's transformation into a platinum blonde came at the suggestion of producers who saw her potential to challenge stereotypes. She graduated from the University of Minnesota while working as a teacher to support her young daughter, showing the determination that would characterize her entire career. Her breakthrough role on WKRP in Cincinnati from 1978 to 1982 earned her 3 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Emmy nominations. The show's success made her one of the highest-paid actresses on television, commanding $150,000 per episode by the final season. Beyond WKRP, she appeared in numerous television movies and series, including Easy Street and her final role in 2023's Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas. Behind the glamorous image, Anderson faced personal challenges, including a highly publicized divorce from Burt Reynolds that dominated tabloids in the 1990s. Her 1995 autobiography, My Life in High Heels, revealed her struggles with the pressures of fame and the strength required to maintain her career while raising her children. In her final years, she found happiness with musician Bob Flick, whom she married in 2008. She is survived by her husband, daughter Deidre, son Quentin Anderson Reynolds, and several grandchildren. The wrestling world lost its most iconic figure when Hulk Hogan died on July 24th at the age of 71 from cardiac arrest at his Clearwater, Florida home. Terry Bollea, better known to millions as Hulk Hogan, transformed professional wrestling from a regional sideshow into a global phenomenon, becoming one of the most recognizable figures in entertainment history. His signature red and yellow attire, handlebar mustache, and Hulkamania persona defined an entire generation's understanding of sports entertainment. Born in Georgia in 1953, Bollea began his wrestling career in 1977, but it was his move to the World Wrestling Federation in 1983 that launched him into superstardom. His defeat of the Iron Sheik in 1984 at Madison Square Garden created Hulkamania, a cultural phenomenon that transcended wrestling. He headlined the first 9 WrestleMania events, including the legendary body slam of Andre the Giant, before 93,000 fans at WrestleMania 3. His 6 WWF Championship reigns and appearances in films like Rocky III made him wrestling's first true crossover star. Behind the larger-than-life character, Hogan battled numerous health issues from decades of performing, undergoing over 25 surgeries, including multiple back operations. His controversial later years included a sex tape scandal and racial slur controversy that temporarily ended his WWE relationship. Despite these struggles, he had recently launched Real American Beer and was preparing a new wrestling venture before his death. The incomparable Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, who revolutionized heavy metal music with Black Sabbath and as a solo artist, died on July 22nd at the age of 76 after a prolonged battle with Parkinson's disease and other health complications. His family confirmed he passed away peacefully, surrounded by loved ones at his Los Angeles home. The Birmingham-born singer's death came just 17 days after his triumphant final performance with Black Sabbath at Villa Park, where he performed seated on a throne due to his condition, proving his dedication to his fans until the very end. Born John Michael Osborne in 1948 in war-torn Birmingham, England, he overcame dyslexia, poverty, and bullying to become one of rock's most enduring figures. After a brief stint in prison for burglary as a teenager, he answered an ad that led to forming Black Sabbath in 1968. The band pioneered heavy metal with albums like Paranoid and Master of Reality, creating a darker, heavier sound that influenced countless artists. His solo career, launched after being fired from Black Sabbath in 1979, produced 13 studio albums and hits like Crazy Train and No More Tears. Behind the wild persona that included biting a bat's head on stage and years of substance abuse, Osbourne fought numerous health battles, including Parkinson's disease diagnosed in 2003. His marriage to Sharon Osbourne in 1982 became one of rock's great love stories, and their reality show, The Osbournes, introduced him to a new generation. Despite multiple surgeries and health setbacks, he continued recording, with his final album released just months before his death. He is survived by his wife Sharon and children Amy, Kelly, Jack, and Louis. The Chicago Cubs legend and Hall of Fame second baseman Ryne Sandberg died on July 28th at the age of 65 at his Lake Bluff, Illinois home. Known affectionately as Rhino, Sandberg's passing followed his courageous battle with metastatic prostate cancer, which he had publicly announced earlier in the year. His death sent shockwaves through the baseball world, with tributes pouring in from teammates, rivals, and the countless fans whose lives he touched during his stellar career. Born in Spokane, Washington in 1959, Sandberg was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies but found immortality with the Chicago Cubs after a 1982 trade. His exceptional defensive skills and surprising power for a second baseman revolutionized the position, earning him 9 consecutive Gold Gloves and 7 Silver Slugger awards. The 1984 National League MVP led the Cubs to their first postseason appearance in 39 years. His famous Sandberg game on June 23, 1984, where he hit 2 game-tying home runs off Bruce Sutter, remains one of baseball's most memorable performances. Following his 1997 retirement with 282 home runs and a .285 batting average, Sandberg managed in the minor leagues before returning to manage the Phillies from 2013 to 2015. His Rhino Kid Care Foundation helped children with serious illnesses, reflecting his commitment to giving back to the community. The smooth flugelhorn virtuoso who brought jazz to the masses, Chuck Mangione, died peacefully in his sleep on July 22nd at the age of 84 at his Rochester, New York home. The Grammy-winning musician, best known for his 1978 crossover hit Feels So Good, transformed jazz into an accessible art form that reached audiences far beyond traditional jazz circles. His passing marks the end of an era for a generation who grew up with his warm, melodic sound that became synonymous with the late 1970s. Born in Rochester in 1940 to Italian-American parents who owned a grocery store, Mangione began playing trumpet after watching Young Man with a Horn, switching to flugelhorn to achieve his signature mellow tone. He gained recognition as a member of Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers in the 1960s, before forming the Jazz Brothers with his brother Gap. His breakthrough came with the album Feels So Good, which went double platinum and earned him Grammy nominations. The title track reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, an unprecedented achievement for an instrumental jazz recording. Throughout his career, he released over 30 albums and became a familiar face to younger audiences through his recurring animated appearances on King of the Hill. Behind his commercial success, Mangione remained committed to music education, establishing the Mangione Jazz Festival and working with young musicians throughout his career. He performed at the 1980 Winter Olympics and composed music for films including Children of Sanchez. Despite the changing musical landscape, he continued touring into his 80s, maintaining his signature style with his trademark white fedora. His final performance came just weeks before his death at the Xerox Rochester International Jazz Festival. He never married and is survived by his brother Gap and extended family. The former child star who saved the world from Martians in the classic 1953 science fiction film Invaders from Mars, Jimmy Hunt, died on July 18th at the age of 85 from complications following a heart attack at a Simi Valley hospital. Hunt's freckled face and all-American appearance made him one of the most recognizable child actors of the 1950s, appearing in 35 films before retiring from acting at just 14 years old. Born in Los Angeles in 1939, Hunt was discovered by an MGM talent scout who visited his elementary school just blocks from the studio. At age 6, he made his debut in High Barbaree, beginning a whirlwind career that saw him appear in 8 films in 1948 alone. He played one of the dozen children in Cheaper by the Dozen and worked with stars like Barbara Stanwyck and Clifton Webb. His most memorable role came as David McLean in Invaders from Mars, a performance that influenced filmmakers including Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. At 14, Hunt chose to leave Hollywood, preferring high school sports to movie sets. He served in the Army as a codebreaker and worked in industrial sales before making a cameo in the 1986 remake of Invaders from Mars. He is survived by his wife Roswitha and their children. The vibrant Food Network star whose no-nonsense approach and signature spiky blonde hair made her a culinary icon, Anne Burrell, was found unconscious and unresponsive in her Brooklyn home on July 17th, dying by suicide at the age of 54. The chef who transformed countless home cooks on Worst Cooks in America and delighted audiences with her larger-than-life personality left the culinary world stunned by her sudden passing. Her death sent shockwaves through the food community, where she was beloved for her expertise, humor, and dedication to teaching. Born in Cazenovia, New York in 1969, Burrell graduated from Canisius College with degrees in English and communications before finding her true calling at the Culinary Institute of America. She honed her skills in Italy at the Italian Culinary Institute for Foreigners, an experience that profoundly shaped her cooking philosophy. Upon returning to New York in 1998, she worked under renowned chefs including Mario Batali at Babbo and became executive chef at Centro Vinoteca. Her television career began as Mario Batali's sous chef on Iron Chef America, where her expertise and charisma caught producers' attention. She went on to host Secrets of a Restaurant Chef and became the beloved co-host of Worst Cooks in America, where her patience and humor helped transform kitchen disasters into competent cooks. Behind her exuberant television persona, Burrell was a devoted teacher who spent years at the Institute of Culinary Education before her television career took off. She authored 2 cookbooks and was an advocate for culinary education. Her struggles remained private until her tragic end, leaving colleagues and fans grappling with the loss of someone who brought so much joy to others. She never married and is survived by her mother, Marlene, and sister Jane. The veteran character actor whose career spanned 7 decades from Broadway to Hollywood, Tom Troupe, died on July 21st at his Beverly Hills home from natural causes at the remarkable age of 97. Best known for his recurring roles on classic television series including Mission Impossible and Star Trek, Troupe's passing marked the end of one of entertainment's longest and most varied careers. His ability to seamlessly transition between comedy and drama made him one of television's most reliable supporting players. Born in Kansas City in 1928, Troupe began his career on Broadway in the 1950s before moving to Hollywood, where he became a familiar face on virtually every major television series of the 1960s and 1970s. He appeared in over 200 television episodes, including memorable turns on The Twilight Zone, Gunsmoke, and Bonanza. His film work included roles in Kelly's Heroes and The Devil's Brigade. Beyond acting, he wrote several plays and directed theater productions in Los Angeles. Throughout his long career, Troupe maintained a reputation as a consummate professional who could elevate any production. He continued working into his 90s with his final appearance in a 2020 independent film. He was married 3 times and is survived by his son Christopher, daughter-in-law Becky, granddaughter Ashley, and numerous nieces and nephews who remember him as both a Hollywood legend and devoted family man. The groundbreaking pop singer who became the first woman to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, Connie Francis, died on July 16th at the age of 87 following complications from a hip fracture and declining health. Born Concetta Rosa Maria Franconero in Newark, New Jersey, Francis's death came just weeks after her 1962 song, Pretty Little Baby, went viral on TikTok, introducing her music to a new generation. The singer, who sold over 100 million records worldwide, left behind a legacy as one of the most successful female artists of the pre-Beatles era. Born to Italian-American parents in 1937, Francis grew up in a mixed Italian-Jewish neighborhood where she became fluent in Yiddish, later recording songs in multiple languages, including Spanish, German, and Japanese. Her father initially opposed her music career, but she persevered, appearing on Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts at age 12. After numerous unsuccessful releases, she achieved breakthrough success in 1958 with Who's Sorry Now, at her father's suggestion. The song launched a remarkable career that included 53 Billboard Hot 100 hits, making her the most successful female artist of the late 1950s and early 1960s. Her hits included Everybody's Somebody's Fool, Where the Boys Are, and Stupid Cupid. Behind her success lay tremendous personal struggles, including a violent assault in 1974 that derailed her career and led to years of psychological trauma. She battled mental health issues and underwent multiple nasal surgeries that affected her voice. Despite these challenges, she continued performing until 2018. Her recent viral success on social media brought her joy in her final months, though she was unable to fulfill plans to appear on radio shows due to declining health. She is survived by her brother George and extended family. The intense character actor, whose collaborations with Quentin Tarantino made him a cult film icon, Michael Madsen, died of heart failure on July 3rd at his Malibu home at age 67. Known for his menacing portrayal of Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs and Bud in Kill Bill, Madsen appeared in over 300 films during his prolific career. His doctor confirmed that heart disease and alcoholism were contributing factors to his death, marking the end of a tumultuous life both on and off screen. Born in Chicago in 1957 to a firefighter father and filmmaker mother, Madsen began his career at Chicago's Steppenwolf Theater under John Malkovich's mentorship. His breakthrough came with Reservoir Dogs in 1992, where his chilling torture scene set to Stuck in the Middle with You became one of cinema's most memorable moments. He appeared in 5 Tarantino films, including The Hateful Eight and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Beyond Tarantino, he worked in films ranging from Thelma and Louise to Sin City. His personal life was marked by tragedy, including his son Hudson's suicide in 2022 and struggles with alcoholism. Despite these challenges, he published poetry collections and continued working until his death. He is survived by his 5 remaining children and estranged wife, Deanna. The revolutionary musician who created the blueprint for funk and psychedelic soul, Sly Stone, died on June 9th at the age of 82 from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and other underlying health issues at his Granada Hills home. Born Sylvester Stewart, the frontman of Sly and the Family Stone, passed away peacefully surrounded by his 3 children and closest friends. His death marked the end of a tumultuous journey for an artist whom Questlove called the founder of progressive soul, and whose influence shaped generations of musicians from Prince to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Born in Texas in 1943 and raised in Vallejo, California, Stone was a musical prodigy who mastered multiple instruments as a child while performing gospel with his siblings. After working as a DJ and record producer in San Francisco, he formed Sly and the Family Stone in 1966, creating the first major racially integrated, mixed-gender rock band. Their fusion of funk, soul, rock, and psychedelia produced classics like Dance to the Music, Everyday People, and Family Affair. The band's performance at Woodstock in 1969 became legendary, cementing their place in music history. His 1971 album, There's a Riot Going On, recorded largely solo during his darkest period, remains one of the most influential albums ever made. Behind the revolutionary music lay a tragic descent into drug addiction that destroyed the band and nearly killed Stone. By the mid-1970s, cocaine and PCP had derailed his career, leading to decades of financial problems and homelessness. Despite attempts at comebacks and a 2006 Grammy tribute performance, he never recaptured his former glory. His final years saw him complete a memoir and screenplay about his life. He is survived by his children and the massive musical legacy that continues to influence artists across all genres. The Emmy-winning actress who brought strength and vulnerability to Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan on MASH, Loretta Swit, died at her New York City home on May 30th at the age of 87 from natural causes. The Passaic, New Jersey native appeared in all but 11 episodes of the groundbreaking series' 251-episode run, transforming what could have been a one-dimensional character into a complex woman navigating sexism and war. Her death prompted an outpouring of tributes from co-stars and fans who remembered her as a pioneering female character in television. Born Loretta Jane Swed to Polish immigrant parents in 1937, Swit trained at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts before building a career in theater. She was performing with the touring company of Any Wednesday when she was cast in MASH in 1972. Over 11 seasons, she evolved Margaret from Frank Burns' secret lover to an independent, strong-head nurse who commanded respect. She won 2 Emmy Awards for the role and received nominations in 7 different years. Her push for better representation of women on screen helped change television's portrayal of female characters. Beyond MASH, Swit was an accomplished watercolor artist and passionate animal rights activist who wrote books on needlepoint and painting. She never married, dedicating herself to her craft and causes. Her legacy lives on through the countless actresses she inspired. The versatile character actress who won an Emmy for Northern exposure and delighted audiences in countless roles, Valerie Mahaffey, died from cancer on May 30th at the age of 71. The Texas-born performer, who specialized in playing eccentric and emotionally complex women, passed away after a private battle with the disease. Her death came just months after receiving critical acclaim and an Independent Spirit Award nomination for her performance in the film French Exit, proving she remained at the peak of her powers until the very end. Born in Sumatra, Indonesia in 1953 to American parents, Mahaffey grew up in Texas and studied at the University of Texas at Austin. She began her career on the NBC daytime soap opera The Doctors from 1979 to 1981, earning a Daytime Emmy nomination. Her breakthrough came with Northern Exposure, where she played Eve, the hypochondriac wife of Adam, winning the 1992 Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a drama series. She became known for her ability to find humanity in seemingly unhinged characters, appearing in Wings as the obsessed ex-girlfriend, Desperate Housewives as Alma Hodge, and most recently Big Sky. Her film work included National Lampoon's Senior Trip, Jungle to Jungle, and a memorable turn in Sully opposite Tom Hanks. Throughout her career, Mahaffey brought depth to characters that could have been one-dimensional caricatures. She had a gift for combining comedy with pathos, making audiences laugh while revealing the pain beneath her characters' quirky exteriors. Her final role in French Exit showcased her dramatic range, earning her some of the best reviews of her career. She is survived by her extended family and the countless actors she mentored throughout her career. The actor and stunt performer who brought iconic characters to life despite standing just 3 feet 6 inches tall, Ed Gale, died in hospice care in Los Angeles on May 27th at the age of 61. Best known for physically portraying the killer doll Chucky in the original Child's Play films and wearing the Howard the Duck suit, Gale appeared in over 130 movies, television shows, and commercials during his career. His death followed years of health issues and came while he was still under investigation for alleged inappropriate conduct with minors. Born with dwarfism in Plainwell, Michigan in 1963, Gale hitchhiked to California at age 20 with just $41 and a dream of making it in Hollywood. His debut came as Howard in the 1986 film Howard the Duck, followed by roles in Spaceballs and other cult classics. His most famous role was as the physical performer of Chucky in Child's Play 2, and Bride of Chucky, where he performed his own stunts, including full-body burns. He also appeared in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and played the dinosaur Tasha in the television series Land of the Lost. Despite his success, Gale's later years were marked by controversy and legal troubles. His niece remembered him fondly as the fun uncle, who loved sharing Hollywood magic with his family. He is survived by extended family members. The Golden Age actress and 1950s scream queen, whose terrified face became iconic in horror film history, Kathleen Hughes, died on May 20th at the age of 96. Best remembered for her blood-curdling scream and startled expression, in the promotional materials for the 1953 science fiction classic It Came from Outer Space, Hughes enjoyed a career that spanned from Hollywood's golden era into television's early years. Her death marked the passing of one of the last surviving actresses from the classic Universal horror films of the 1950s. Born Betty Von Gherkin in Hollywood in 1928, Hughes was discovered by a talent scout while performing in local theater. She signed with Universal International in 1949, adopting her stage name and appearing in numerous films throughout the 1950s. Her most famous role came in It Came from Outer Space, where her terrified reaction became the film's signature image, plastered on posters and lobby cards worldwide. She worked with major stars including Rock Hudson, Tony Curtis, and Audie Murphy in films like The Golden Blade and Cult of the Cobra. Her television work included appearances on Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Perry Mason, and The Rifleman. She retired from acting in the 1960s to focus on family life. Behind her screaming image lay a sophisticated woman who was also an accomplished singer and had performed with big bands before her film career. She married director Stanley Rubin in 1954, and their marriage lasted until his death in 2014. In her later years, she remained connected to her fans through occasional appearances at classic film festivals. She is survived by her 4 children and numerous grandchildren who remember her as a devoted mother who rarely discussed her Hollywood past. The pioneering singer-songwriter whose 1995 hit I Kissed a Girl became the first openly LGBTQ-themed song to reach the Billboard Top 20, Jill Sobule, died in a house fire on May 1st at the age of 66 while staying with friends in Woodbury, Minnesota. The Denver-born artist who fearlessly tackled controversial subjects through folk-inflected pop songs was preparing for an upcoming performance when tragedy struck. Her death shocked the music world and LGBTQ community, where she was celebrated as a trailblazer who used humor and honesty to address difficult topics. Born in 1959 to a veterinarian father and musician mother, Sobule studied political science at the University of Colorado before dropping out to pursue music. Her 1990 debut album, Things Here Are Different, produced by Todd Rundgren, failed commercially, but she persevered through label changes and shelved albums. Success came with her 1995 self-titled album featuring I Kissed a Girl and Supermodel, which appeared in the film Clueless. Throughout 12 albums, she addressed topics including eating disorders, depression, and social justice. Her 2009 album California Years was one of the first crowdfunded albums, pioneering a model many artists would follow. In her final years, she created the autobiographical musical Fuck 7th Grade, earning a Drama Desk nomination. She is survived by her brother James, sister-in-law Mary Ellen, and nephews. We invite you to share your favorite memories in the comments below. Tell us which of these stars touched your life most deeply. Was it watching Valerie Mahaffey's Emmy-winning performance on Northern Exposure? Being terrified by Ed Gale's Chucky? Seeing Kathleen Hughes' iconic scream in a classic horror film? What performance? What song? What moment will you never forget? Share your personal stories and tributes below, because these legends live on through the memories we keep and the stories we share. Please subscribe to our channel for more tributes and remembrances of the entertainment world's most influential figures. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos honoring those who've shaped our culture. If this tribute moved you, please like and share it with others who may have been touched by these remarkable lives. We will continue honoring these legendary figures and ensuring their contributions are never forgotten.